Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lakers Talk with Gerald. This is going to be episode number 65. And, it's been a few weeks since I've done the last one. But look, guys, I am so excited. Very, very excited for the start of preseason and the regular season. Very hyped. This has been a very, very long off season. It seems like forever. I mean, it started way back to where, right before the playoffs started, even before that, because those last 10 games or so really were meaningless. We were playing, LeBron wasn't playing, and a lot of our guys weren't playing. And we were just playing just to see what we had, even though we probably knew that most of those guys that were playing wasn't going to be on a team, except for just a few. With that being said, this has been a long off season. It's been a long summer in anticipation. We got Anthony Davis so early on, and this has been a while. It's been a while waiting to just see how this team forms out, see what they look like in person playing together. Because on paper, they look great. They look really good. Look like one of the top two teams in the NBA, in my opinion, on paper. Now I just have to see what they look like together. So, a few things that I'm going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about the preseason. Even before that, talking about LeBron's minicamp that actually is going on right now in Vegas. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the preseason. We're going to talk about when the regular season starts. We're going to talk about the Lakers' current roster as it stands and what it looks like going forward. And who do we think is going to be the starting lineup, and who's going to be maybe the second rotation? I want to kind of talk about my thoughts on that and my opinion, what I think will be the best starting lineup all around. All right. So a lot of times you'll hear in the background I have a little bit of jazz or some other music. So that's what I got going on in the background now. A little bit of light jazz just to smooth you out, just to ease you out. That's the kind of guy I am. I like some jazz. That's me. All right, so we're going to start off. Let's talk about LeBron James minicamp in Las Vegas. The dates for that were put out that he was going to have his minicamp from the 22nd to the 26th of September. And today is now the 25th. It is a Wednesday. So it should be going, at least till tomorrow. Because after Thursday, on Friday, is Lakers Media Day, which I'm actually, of course, really looking forward to that too. I want to hear from everybody on the roster. I want to hear about what they're talking about, how each of them. Yeah, I just want to hear from each one of them. That's it. See them in the Lakers uniform, hear them talk about what they expect. Right now, a couple things that I've heard about LeBron James minicamp. It hasn't really been putting pictures out. The media is not allowed into it, so you're not going to get those daily photo shots. But we did see that yesterday LeBron James and a few others showed up to one of the WNBA playoff games in Las Vegas. The people that walked in, it was LeBron James, Quinn Cook, Anthony Davis, Talen Horton-Tucker, and also Dwight Howard. Now, the only thing about that is if you go back and watch that video, Dwight Howard is like ahead of everybody else by at least like 5 to 10 steps or something like that. And it kind of looks like, you see LeBron James and Anthony Davis and Quinn Cook all kind of walking together in line, side by side. And I kind of wish that they were kind of side by side and in the same group with Dwight Howard also, because that was the one piece that we're like, is he going to fit? There's always, talk of him not fitting in with the locker room. And I think he's kind of one of those guys. He just kind of come off to me that he's kind of an introvert, when it comes to meeting people and being a group. He probably doesn't blend in well. He's not one of those people that's just going to come in and kind of just blend in and be able to talk with everybody. He kind of a little awkward when it comes to being in a group with people. And that's understandable. There's people like that. I mean, I tend to be like that sometimes when I'm in a group of people I don't know. He kind of seemed a little awkward, and it seems like, maybe it might take a little bit of them, making an effort to include him in the group. That's just what it seemed like. That's what I got from it was like a 5-second video, if even that long, of them walking into the arena. Now, they also was Talon Horton Tucker there. He's a rookie, 6'5" guy. Of course, he didn't get much mention, of course, because he's a rookie, and we don't know much about him. We don't know if he's going to be anything. But, so we saw them at the game, and then there was a picture of all of them sitting on the bench. And even sitting on the bench, it was LeBron James next to Anthony Davis, and then right next to him was Quinn Cook. Unfortunately, and then, of course, there seemed like to be like some kind of a staff or coaching staff. And then there was Talon Horton Tucker, and then there was Dwight Howard. So Dwight Howard was the furthest away from everybody. In none of the pictures, he wasn't interacting with any of the players next to him. It was just him either on his phone or just kind of sitting there. So, I mean, that's just one look. I'm not trying to make nothing from that. We don't know, but hopefully during the season we'll see that their camaraderie gets better. Dwight fits in with the team. So, enough about the mini camp. The next thing is the media day. That is Friday, so that's going to be a lock. I'm going to do a podcast on that day also. I'm just going to do one that morning. Probably maybe even after or during the media day. But that's going to be exciting. We're going to get to see everyone. Another note that I heard that DeMarcus Cousins, the Lakers are trying to make sure they integrate him into the team culture and chemistry, even though he's injured for either all or most of the season. I guess they want to involve him. He is part of the team. He is on the roster. They haven't cut him, even though they did get the injury exception, whatever that is, where you get $1.7 million, where they can go sign somebody else. But DeMarcus Cousins is still on the team. So, to me, I kind of like that because it would suck. Unlike other sports out there, somebody gets injured and they just drop you, like a bag of potatoes. Like, you're not even part of the team. So I'm glad the Lakers did that. That shows a lot about their culture. That shows that, hey, we signed you for this amount. You got hurt. You were trying to work up and build up and get better, and you got hurt. That's unfortunate, but we're not just going to drop you. You're part of the Lakers, so you're going to be here, be around, watch us train, mini camp. Maybe he'll even be at the media day. I'd like to see that too. So, yeah. So to me, the Lakers team really is an interesting group. Interesting just mix of players, a lot of veteran players, a lot of players that used to be big names, used to be all-stars, a lot of three-point shooting on this team, a lot of guards. I'm curious to how all this is going to mix. So kind of with that being said, I want to just read the Lakers roster as it stands. Now, this is the current roster that I pulled from NBA.com, the Lakers site. And I'm just going to go down a list. I'm not going to be in any particular order. So we have Avery Bradley. We know we got Kostoff Antetokounmpo. Now that's one of Antetokounmpo's younger brothers. Now they signed him to a partial contract, so he's not, just on. He'll play in between the G League and the Lakers, and I think it's somewhere where a max of 45 days in the NBA. So he'll be playing on the Lakers team. He's about 6'10", 6'11", close to that. Looks kind of like similar to the body styles of his older brother. We have also KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, re-signed him. I think we even gave him a 2-year deal here. A lot of these guys we signed on 2-year deals. So we got Devontae Kakuk. Don't know who he is. He's a 6'7" guy. I think he's somebody that we got from the summer league. There also lists Jordan Caroline. I don't know if he's still going to be on the team, really. It's just listed here, so I'm going by it. Alex Caruso, re-signed him. We actually signed him to a regular contract, so that's big time for him. We got Quinn Cook, off of being at Golden State for a couple years, has a chip with them. DeMarcus Cousins. We got Troy Daniels. He came from Phoenix last year. We all know of Anthony Davis. Jared Dudley. I also got Danny Green, big pickups. Talon Horton Tucker, who was our rookie pickup. Dwight Howard. Kyle Kuzma. JaVale McGee, re-signed him for 2 years, I believe. Rajon Rondo, and then we got a guy called named Zach Norvell Jr. One of those other guys I don't know if we're going to keep for sure, but we will see. So that's who we have on paper. That's who we have signed. And to me, that's an interesting group because the interesting names, we just have so many veterans, so many guys that have played different places. And some of them proven at certain times, and some of them could be considered over the hill. For instance, Dwight Howard. He is a guy that he's been bounced around from team to team, even though he's been having, every time he was in on those teams, he had good stats for Dwight Howard. He's generally, he was always over 10 rebounds, usually somewhere around, 16 points, 12 rebounds, a block to a block and a half. So those are decent stats. The only problem is, there was word that he was always a locker room interruption, locker room cancer, as they say it, or, and so he's bouncing around. Teams will sign him, like in Washington, they signed him. He was only with them, I think, 14, 15 games, maybe even 9 games, something like that. It was not a lot. And he was cut or dropped from the team, or, I think he had surgery or something. But Dwight Howard now looks really good, at least physically wise. To me, he's one of those people that if he can be half of what is expected or what he used to be, or even a quarter of what he used to be, that will make the Lakers like really, really good. That will make them a lot better as far as whether he plays the starting center or the backup center. My thoughts are that he probably backs up, comes off the bench. JaVale McGee's been there a little longer, and he's played with LeBron. He kind of knows the system a little better, at least how they play, and different people play that's already been on the Lakers. So to me, I think that might be the starting nod to start off with, and then it may change. Dwight Howard may prove to be the better fit. But so with that, I want to talk about the starting lineup. What I think the best starting lineup. So we already know that Anthony Davis and LeBron James, that's a lock. All right. So we're going to need 2 guards probably. So Danny Green, that's probably going to be the other lock. So that's 3 right there. That's a shooting guard. Lockdown, or, he's a 3-and-D guy, lockdown defender, or a pretty good defender, and a great 3-point shooter. So then at the other guard, to me, some people, names that have been thrown out there is Rajon Rondo or like Avery Bradley. Now, both of them, 6'1" is Rajon Rondo. Avery Bradley is 6'2". Avery Bradley used to be known when he was with the Celtics as a really good defender, things like that. He hasn't really been known for his defense, the last couple years or so. So with him, it's a little bit of an unknown because we don't know if he's going to be back to his old form, if he's going to be, or that's past him now. We don't know. So to me, I always like to go with what we know from history. Let's not hope and wish. From the last couple of years, he hasn't really been that, so I can't expect him to just all of a sudden turn back time and be that lockdown defender again. So what do we know? Who else do we have? So then Rajon Rondo, we know what we have in him. His defense, at least the numbers when he was on the court with the Lakers, our defensive numbers were really poor when he was on the court. He is not the defender he used to be. He used to be a really good defender also. Made some defensive teams, I believe, back in the day. But he is not that great defender anymore. So notice that I'm mentioning defense when I'm talking about these starting guards because to me, that's going to be the biggest thing, or to me, because we need perimeter defense. That's probably our weakest area. We have that interior defense locked down. We got Dwight Howard, we got Anthony Davis, JaVale McGee, and then, even if DeMarcus Cousins come back, and then LeBron James, of course. So we have that part pretty good. We just got to kind of worry about our perimeter defense. So that's why I'm mentioning that when I'm talking about these guards. So those are the 2 names that I've kind of heard floating around who people believe should be the starting guards. I'm going to throw out another name that I believed. I was just going and looking at all the stats in each one of these guards and breaking down their numbers, free throws, shooting percentage, 3-point, 2-point, all that stuff. And the guy that I think might be the horse of this, that might be the guy that's not being thought of, is Quinn Cook as far as starting. Because looking at his stats, I like his overall game. He's a young guy. He's only been in the league 3 years, but every one of his 3-point shooting percentages have been over 40% every year. that is huge. I mean, that's consistency. Everybody else I look at, their numbers kind of go, if you look over the years, they might be 40-something% this year, 37%, and it kind of fluctuates. Each three of his first couple years have been over 40%, especially being a rookie or, to the first 2-3 years. That says a lot. So that tells me that guy doesn't kind of fold under pressure. And he's young, and his free throw percentages are good. And to me, that might be a good balance, I think, in the starting lineup. And I think maybe, so to round out the starting lineup, I think that would be JaVale McGee starting just to start the season. We'll see. So JaVale McGee, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Danny Green, and Quinn Cook. I think that would be a decently balanced starting five. And with that, Quinn Cook would be the point guard, so for say, to start, but I don't think he would be the one really bringing it up. It'd probably be LeBron James, or, they would kind of change out. Danny Green, LeBron James, Quinn Cook, with LeBron James being the primary guy bringing it up the court. And then if LeBron brings it up the court, we know that Quinn Cook and Danny Green both can spot up and get around and shoot that three and can be active. And, even Anthony Davis is a decent three-point shooter too. And then we know LeBron James is decent also. He's not locked down, but both he's right around career average of 35-36% from three-point range. Anthony Davis last year is somewhere around 33-34. He says he's been working on his three-point shooting all summer, so he believes that's one thing he looks to improve the most. And I hope that is the case. If it is, that's going to be great. I think that lineup is going to be pretty good as far as generating offense. You got Anthony Davis and LeBron James. LeBron James always good at passing. Anthony Davis can kind of create, post up, or he's pretty good at the lobs. So we'll have JaVale McGee and Anthony Davis both just lob city. And then we got knockdown shooters in Quinn Cook and Danny Green, who both were over 40% last year. Danny Green was 45% from three-point range last year. And I think Quinn Cook was somewhere right over 40%. So that would be damn good, I think, for our starting lineup. So our secondary, our backup. So notice I didn't have Kyle Kuzma in that starting lineup. I think just for balance, I just think, he would be better. We need that offense coming off the bench. And also Kyle Kuzma, his three-point shooting last year was just really bad. It went down to 30%. So he really needs to bring that up. Hopefully he does. But I think to start the season, I think he should come off the bench. So with that, I would think Dwight Howard will be our center coming off the bench. Kyle Kuzma. And then it's going to be Rajon Rondo. And then it's probably going to be, we need another forward, I would say. So, let's just talk about the shooting guard. I think it would probably be either KCP or Avery Bradley. I think it would probably be one of those two. Actually, no. Let's say, I think it would either be KCP, Avery Bradley, or Troy Daniels. Those three guys, that's who's going to be a toss-up between who's going to be that shooting guard coming off the bench. I'm not quite sure who they should choose. I'm going to just go with KCP. Excuse me. KCP is who I'm going to go with for that nod to get that that secondary backup spot. So, once again, that'd be Rajon Rondo, KCP, Dwight Howard, Kyle Kuzma, and I think for that other spot, maybe Troy Daniels. Or correction, not Troy Daniels. Then it would be Jared Dudley because we need another forward. And then after that, it looks like we just got a bunch of guards. I think we need another. We do need another wing guy. I really do think that. I think if we can get, if they ever do let, if Memphis ever lets Andre Iguodala go, or we can get him somehow, that will be a great pickup. He will be that great additional wing guy that we need, and a defender. So I think that's the area that we probably would be a little short on. Or don't even forget, we got that Costas Antetokounmpo. He's 6'10", so we could probably plug him into that spot or, small forward spot. Put Kyle Kuzma, at the Kupo, put him at the 4. Put Kyle Kuzma at the 3. There you go. That would be that backup. And then, of course, we got the rest of the team. We have Alex Caruso. We have Troy Daniels, Talon Horton Tucker. Some of those other guys I'm not mentioning. I haven't mentioned like guys like Zach Norvell. I didn't mention who's this other guy that I don't even know. Demetrius Jackson, Jordan Caroline, and Devontae Kaycock. I don't know if I said that right. Yeah. Don't know if those guys are really going to get much playing time. I don't even know if they're going to be on the real roster. That's why I didn't mention them as far as backup and rotation-wise. So, to me, I think the Lakers are going to be pretty decent, pretty good. We're going to have to see how that looks. The preseason starts. It's going to start on October 5th. So, we are just less than 2 weeks away from preseason starting, be able to actually see these guys playing. Media Day is going to be this Friday, the 27th of September, just 2 days away. And then their camp is going to start. So we're going to get to see good footage. Usually we get like footage of them practicing together, running things. So we'll get to see coming up starting Friday. And after that, we're going to start seeing Lakers practicing together, what they look like as a team. Who looks well together? We'll probably get an idea of what the starting lineup's going to look like. And then, of course, on the 5th, when they actually have a preseason game, that's going to be against Golden State. It's going to be in San Francisco. It's going to be the first preseason game. And that's going to be in Golden State's new arena called the Chase Center. And so that's going to be, of course, my eyes are going to be locked on that game. I got to see what they look like. And then after that, they're going to play Brooklyn, the Brooklyn Nets. They're actually going to go to China. So they're going to go to China for the next 2 preseason games. It'll be October 10th and then October 12th. Both are going to be versus Brooklyn. Of course, you got, you got Kevin Durant there, but he's going to be hurt. And then you also got Kyrie Irving. But these are just preseason games, so they're not going to play a whole lot. They're just going to play a little bit, and they're going to play their other guys. And then, of course, we come back to L.A. We got October 14th against Golden State, October 16th against Golden State. Both of those will be at the Staples Center. So those are going to be the first opportunity if anybody wants to get to the Staples Center and see them play in the preseason. That will be it right there against Golden State. And we know they got D'Angelo Russell and, of course, Steph Curry. And we know Klay Thompson is hurt, so he won't be playing in that game. And, of course, Draymond. And then last preseason game of the October is October 18th. That's going to be once again against Golden State. And I have to say something about this preseason schedule. I don't know who makes this schedule, who makes these preseason games, but why on earth do you have us playing Golden State 4 to 5 times in the preseason and Brooklyn Nets twice? I mean, can't we mix it up? Can't we? There's a few other teams we can play because to me, if we want to get good at practicing in our rotations and things like that, we need to see different teams. We need to see different looks. When we play the regular season, we're not going to play teams 4 or 5 times in a row in the preseason or the regular season. I just wish NBA, you could do better. Just mix it up. At least give us 3 to 4 teams to play in the preseason. That's just me. That's just my gripes. Next year I like to see different. All right, so that's the preseason guy. And then we amp up to the regular season. And so hyped. October 22nd, we're going to be playing in the Staples Center. It's going to be a quote-unquote road game against the LA Clippers. I got tickets. Can't wait. I'm so hyped. This will be the first time in my life I've ever attended a Lakers opening game. Whether it be a Clippers home game or not. It's the first time I've ever done it. I've got pretty good seats, and so I'm hyped. I'm happy about that. That's going to be a banger. That game is going to be watched, very high. Just mark my word. That's going to be one of the higher ranking games of the season because, Clippers got all this hype. They just got Kawhi Leonard. They just got Paul George. They still got Lou Williams. They still got that other, all their other team. Pretty damn good team they had last year. And they made the playoffs. They made the A spot last year, so they just got way better. A lot of the experts are thinking they're the number one favorite to win a championship. And then the Lakers with, us picking up Anthony Davis, and we got LeBron James. So you got 4 all-star, superstar caliber guys in one building, one game. That's going to be a big, huge game. It's going to be so hyped. I'm hoping it's going to be a great game. I'm hoping the Lakers come out with that victory. I'll be so excited, so hyped. So hope to see all you guys there. If you're at the game, you should see me. I'm probably going to be wearing one of my Lakers Talk with Gerald hats or something like that. And my shirt, got to wear it. Got to promote myself. But if you see me, just say something. Say hello. Say what's up. And after that, the next game after that is going to be on the Friday, the 25th of October. That's going to be against the Utah Jazz. That'll be the Lakers' official home opening game. Got tickets to that also. So I'm super hyped about that. This time I'm going to be mid-court, like second or third row back, something like that. Really close, really close. So I'm really excited. I'm really pumped. Can't wait for both of those games. Can't wait to see what we look like with Anthony Davis. I can't wait to see what Anthony Davis looks like with the Lakers because, I don't think the highlights do him justice. I've gone back and looked at his highlights, looked at his defense, looked at his scoring, looked at his agility, and I just don't think it does him justice. I think I have to see him in person to really understand and to really see what he looks like with the Lakers, what he looks like with LeBron James. So hyped, everybody. So, guys, please subscribe to my podcast. Also on YouTube, Lakers Talk with Gerald. Please subscribe. I would love it if you do that. And also Spotify, also on iTunes. And also give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. So that's going to wrap it up. That's going to be Lakers Talk with Gerald, episode number 65. Thank you for joining me. Look forward to seeing you guys next time. And I am officially out.